Alright, yeah, so you see them off in the distance. You see Alana and Abby having a bit of a spat in the middle of the walkway. And you notice that the people are kind of giving them a wide breadth of wide space as they walk around them.
Alright,
Alright,
so where is he then?
Chill out,
He's down
guys.
that way. It's halfway down the dock. Kind of near, you see the boat with the burly men and that human slut.
You don't know they're there. You don't see those people.
I've
You
got
just-
elf eyes.
Yeah, but you see two schooners and you've seen rats walk along the dock. You don't see the other ship and you don't see the other people.
Okay.
Only rats saw them.
Okay. He's down past the two schooners.
Alright, well, we'll lead the way. I didn't see him.
Fine, follow me. Try and keep up. I'm faster than him, aren't I?
No idea. It doesn't really make a difference. It's not combat, so.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
okay.
bad.
Yeah. Well, we proceed to walk in Rat's direction. Walking in between the other people on the dock. Oscar is in tow behind me.
We, of course, don't. I assume we don't realize Vert is trying to catch up.
No, you have no idea that he's behind you yet.
It's too short.
Do I see the human female yet?
No, you don't. You just see the back. You just see the top side of two ships. That's all you can see in that regard.
But what about the human female?
But you can't see them. There. So the idea is what it is. So for example, you're coming from the north, and the dock is like coming out from the west coast, and it's like coming out. There's two schooners that are sitting on the north side of that pier. Okay. And on the other side, at the far end of the pier, like right in the end, there is where the third ship is sitting. So the idea is you just can see the schooners. So Alana and Abby can see where the schooners are. It's close enough that you can see about half to 2/3 of the way down the dock. You can't see any further down. And Rat is walking along that dock. He's coming back on towards where the land is. And Vert's like about another 20, 30 meters behind you.
Okay.
Like, I'm guessing jogging to try and catch up.
Am I within earshot of, like, if I yell, will Rat hear me?
I don't know. But we can roll a check and see. He knows you're there.
Yeah, because I wanna yell out his name and wave. Oi, what are you doing?
Let's before we do this roll let's do an intelligence check
On who?
on you.
Me?
Yep.
13.
All right, so you remember his name.
I didn't even drink!
Because you don't really other than the fact when you introduced yourself like long ago when you start working, you just haven't talked to each other that much.
Okay. Yeah, so I yell out his name.
So are you actually typing something to me, or?
No, I since they seem to be so interested, I go and see what they want.
All right, so you just meet up. You're off the dock slightly to the north of it. Let's Vert, can you roll a? I feel so bad for doing this. Roll a Constitution check first. Let's do a Constitution check first.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll a Dexterity check.
What?
So I rolled a Constitution check for you, and
Yeah,
it was
and
a 2.
okay, and now roll a Dexterity check.
So here's a Dexterity roll for you, Vert.
Okay.
5.
Wow. So
Would you like me to stop
as-
rolling for you?
as you're jogging to catch up, the alcohol that you consumed is starting to it's clear, but it's still kind of getting into your head. And so you kind of have a bit of a not so much a blackout, but you kind of like lose your balance a bit. And unfortunately, you don't catch yourself, so you end up tumbling. And
Tell me
when
he
you've-
rolls down a hill.
No. He's just like tumbled forward, and as you've tumbled forward, you've knocked over a couple people in front of you.
Are they mad?
Can you use everyone but Vert roll a listen check? So you use all here, about 10-15 meters back up towards the city, to the town. Use all hear this crash kind of sound and some cursing coming, like distinctive like cursing and grumbling coming from a few people.
All right.
I look up at the commotion, the point, and I don't see anything in the immediate. I don't see our other party members, so I just kind of shrug and I go back to trying to figure out or trying to talk to Rat.
Being the good guy that I am, I do feel the need to go see what's going on. See if there's anything wrong.
And I tell him, I said, "Where are you going?"
I want to see what the commotion is, see if there's anything wrong.
Don't worry about it. We left the dwarf in the bar. He's probably happily drinking another beer.
Why would it be the dwarf?
What?
Why would it be the dwarf?
Why would we care about anybody else?
Because maybe somebody's having a hard time over there.
Well,
Gotta remember.
how is
if
that
you're,
our
like,
concern?
I'll catch up later.
Well, this is going on. So these two guys have got back up and they helped you up. Roll. So they start asking you, "Are you all right? And why did this happen?" You can see that they're guards. Surprisingly enough, managed to knock over.
I told them that I tripped over my companion's wolf.
Oscar was with me. Don't try and blame this on my dog. My wolf.
Roll a d20 for bluff.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you want me to roll for you, Vert, or do you want? All right.
Oh,
Not bad.
10 for bluff.
I have a level 5 bluff.
There you go.
So you're good at bullshitting.
So the guards look around kind of bewildered, trying to figure out where the hell this wolf is. They tripped, small enough to trip a dwarf. But they kind of believe you. They just say, they've got too much to do, so they kind of turn away and they walk off. Kind of completely bewildered as of what just happened.
What point do I make it to him?
Yeah, you've made it up. You made it to him just as the guards are starting to walk away.
I assume. Can I see that he is visibly struggling with inebriation?
No, he's not visually struggling. You can see that he's like kind of ruffled. He's kind of like had a bit of a fall, and things are, his clothing isn't as well placed as it was before he had his fall. It's a bit, everything's just a wee bit out of place.
I have a little chuckle, seeing that it's him, as I straighten his outfit a bit. You all right there, Vert?
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Right, so obviously Alana and Rat, these characters are standing together. Obviously these were standing together before, so.
So I turn to Rat and I say, now that we ditched the human and the dwarf, what were we up to?
What do you want, Druid? I detected some magic on that ship over there, pointing to that schooner where the 3 guys and a girl were. I wanted to check it out.
What kind
Okay,
of magic?
Roll a spot check, Lana.
5.
Okay, so you see the schooner he's pointing to. You can, or not the schooner. You can see the sailboat. You know that it's a pretty small ship. It's 4 or 5 people at most.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see there's people working there, but you can't really make out what's going on. You don't understand what's going on just there.
Oh, okay.
And obviously you can see the name of the ship. So I'll give you the names of the 2 schooners. The one closest to the shore was Born Free, and the one further back was Cape Victory. The name of the seal ship is Slow Ride. And they're terrible names, but they'll have to do.
So I ask Rat, what type of magic did you sense? I might be better at deciphering magic than you.
Roll a spellcraft check, Rats.
Is that a thing I can actually do? Like
Yep.
discern what type of magic it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you got a. It's +3, 7. Fuck, you did really well. So you can blatantly tell that this magic that you detected on the boat has something to do with these ruins that have been nearby that I mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know exactly what it's used for, but again you can tell it's pretty similar to what those were, and it's a relatively powerful artifact of some kind.
Powerful artifact, you say? You have my attention, sir.
And on top of that, you notice there wasn't just the one thing you detected. There was about 2 or 3 objects on the ship.
Okay.
So are you going to tell me the truth?
It's a good question. If I
How good are
do
you at BSing?
this, then not really.
How will you bluff?
I'm pretty sure I have
Blaze.
like nothing in bluff. Wait. What would that?
Obviously,
Yeah.
one bluff.
Like I probably wouldn't be very good at it. So whatever.
That's-
I'll tell you what I found out. There's a couple of really powerful artifacts
not
on
really
that.
powerful. They're powerful, but they're not like OP powerful. If you get what I mean.
Magical artifacts.
Yeah, they're beyond.
Magical.
They're beyond like just little trinkets or anything. They're actually something substantial, something you might want.
Artifacts, you say? I think we should go and find out what those people plan to do with them. I don't know that they can be trusted with such power.
Suit yourself, Druid. I reach over and let my familiar out.
We catch
I-
up.
So you're familiar. Let me just make sure. What the hell is it? Is it a crow or something?
It's a bat, I think. I'm pretty
bat.
sure it's a bat. Yeah, bat familiar.
Okay. Your bat is pretty much not happy at being released in the middle of the day, but okay. It's pretty grouchy.
I flick its head and tell it to shut up. Which doesn't really matter because it's my familiar and it has to do what I say anyway.
Yeah.
So I tell it to fly high and see what it can find out about that boat.
You do realize your bat's blind.
Echolocation, my friend.
Echolocation, yeah.
And the bat is blood.
Yeah, and you do realize echolocation doesn't go that far. Like, but let's roll a spot check then for your bat. Let's see what it sees.
Okay.
It's a,
Do you
it's blood.
roll that or should I roll that?
You roll
It's
that. You roll
automatic
it.
0. It's blood.
No, it's got blind sight, so it can see stuff. Okay, so natural. That's really good. So your bat obviously just sees the boat. It gets like an aerial view. On the it's basically it's a one sail boat, relatively small. You can see on top of the deck there is 3 crates. So that is what I can pick out. I can pick out 2 crates are about a meter by meter by meter, like a meter cubed. There's one larger crate which is by 2 meters by 1 meter by 1 meter. It can also pick out the individuals. You can see that the 2 orcs, the 2 half orcs, are still on top of the deck, being yelled at by the human female, and the gnome male is. You don't know where he is, but you can see that there is a hatch open, leading below deck.